Box on my body, no biblical. I'm not your average or typical. Look at my wrist and it's critical. Hold it up, dropping the temperature. I get that bag on the regular. I got a bag on my cellular.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Gym Blend Podcast. My name is JJ.
And my name is Raquel, a.k.a. Nurse Rock, and we are back, y'all, again. So thankful to be here. How's it going, Jay?
Going good. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. We know everybody is still getting acclimated to back to school. So we want to give a shout out to the teachers this episode and talk about the impact that teachers have on each generation. So my mama has some research over here pulled up.
Yes, I do. I just want to say we appreciate y'all teachers, and this is definitely going to be something that we're doing for y'all because we understand what you mean to our students. So I did want to, we have the generations here, but I did want to talk a little bit about the silent, what do they call it? The silent
Generation or the traditionalists.
The traditionals. So
no, traditionalists.
The traditional list.
Yes.
And I bet you didn't even know this.
Mm-hmm.
But so I used to watch the show, and I'm going to be above you right now. Mm-hmm. I used to watch the show Little House on the Prairie. Do you know what that is?
I heard of it, never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
You never watched Little House on the Prairie?
I don't think so. Nope.
See, this kind of disrespect I'm talking about. So Little House on the Prairie, y'all, and y'all know Laura. Well, back then
we don't know Laura, but go ahead.
Back then, teachers were like 16 years old. Yeah, like you could be a teacher at 16.
I thought that from when I was growing up, I thought that all teachers was like gray hair, like older.
No, and that's the thing.
Grown people.
Back then, way back, if you could read, if you could read well, if you were a disciplinarian, could keep things in order, and were willing and responsible, you could be a teacher.
They were letting 16-year-olds whoop children.
I mean, if you needed it.
Nah, I don't have it.
But it's different. But they were regal back then too. They were like very at 16, they were just
So you mean to tell me?
And all the classes were mixed. It was like all ages in the
one class
in the schoolhouse.
So they didn't have grades.
Not really.
And
you had learning levels, like certain. Now, all of y'all who know this, please be in the comments and back me up.
And they didn't have degrees to teach either.
Not necessarily. No.
You had to go to school.
All that stuff came later. For different careers, started to have degrees. They could say, okay, you're a teacher, and you can sign off and whatever, they might give you a little test and say, okay, you can be a teacher.
I know one thing is the same. It probably was the same though.
What?
They probably still disrespected their pay. Especially with gender roles, and I think most of the teachers, I think all teachers are probably females because the men was probably had other jobs.
Yeah, probably out in the farms and the fields and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so let's get started with our baby boomers. But I thought that was a fun fact.
I'm gonna give you something too. Since you gave your show, I'm gonna give my show. Boy Meets World for my millennials. We know Mr. Feeney taught them in every single grade. It seemed like, and then he was a principal. It seemed like he followed them to every grade. One of the best television teachers of all time, Mr. Feeney. We salute.
Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever, y'all. This is the kind of stuff I got to deal with. Okay, so baby boomers. Remember again, our baby boomers are born between 1946 and 1964. So let's talk about them real quick. So with this generation of teachers, they often favored structure, a teacher-centered approach with an emphasis on textbooks, lectures, and clear expectations. That mean they weren't playing around with y'all. This is what we're doing.
And they stuck to the script.
They stuck to the script. I love that explanation. That's it. That's what they did. Baby boomers teachers often prioritize classroom management and discipline to maintain order.
They had no time for those curious minds. It's like, but what if we did this? Nope, we sticking to the script. I said this, and this what it is.
And then the children did what they said too.
Yep.
So they also valued hard work, respect for authority, and a sense of community within the classroom.
I feel like those last couple ones should be like across the board with generations.
It should be, but do you think it is?
I think the respect thing kind of fizzled out as the generations went on.
It just depends. I feel it just depends on how you're being raised.
Yeah.
But respect for authority, I think, is very important for sure. And then this generation teachers laid the foundation for many educational practices, institutions, and emphasized a foundational skill and traditional knowledge. Yes.
So I feel like they kind of started the institutions with the universities and colleges and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Because you said they didn't need a degree for the silent generation.
They didn't. Mm-mm.
So
And then
in
it
this
started-
generation, you needed to have an education to be teaching. Okay.
Right.
All right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yep. And so now we're going to my generation. Hey, Gen Xers. So the Gen Xers, the Gen X teachers navigated the shift toward a more student-centered learning while still valuing the established practices. So they kept some of that tradition in place, but they also started to shift over to where the students, like a student center.
Starting the evolution of the teaching.
Starting to move it over,
Yep.
starting to move it over a little bit. Okay, so with technology awareness, while we were not, and I can vouch for that, they were not digital natives, but the Gen X teachers began to incorporate technology into their classrooms by introducing computers and early internet resources. The dial-up.
Wait, y'all had internet
The dial-up.
in school?
It had to be in my later.
I'm about to say, I don't think.
But there was a doubt. There had to be, because, you had to go to the library and
Well,
look up stuff.
Yeah, I guess. I
And
feel
then
like
it was
y'all
more,
just
wasn't
had
it more like the DOS system or something like that? Am I saying that right?
the what?
If you know what I'm talking about, let me know.
I feel like y'all had the typewriters where you just type and the ink goes on the paper, and then
We
if
did.
you messed up, you had to like start all
We
over.
had to.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
We probably, and what I'm saying is sometimes when we had to go to the library, you might was able to find something. I'm not sure.
oh
But
yeah,
I had the catalog back then. Did y'all? You probably didn't know how to look up. You wouldn't know how to go to the library and look up something in the.
What you mean?
It's like a little index, like the catalog thing, and then you go find it on the shelves. Or because y'all probably had the computer to show y'all where a book was or something.
I don't remember actually.
Okay. All right. So also the impact. So this generation helped modernize the classroom, preparing students for a more complex world while still valuing the core educational principles.
Yep.
All right, Gen Xers. Yes, we were very hands on, though. I feel like we weren't tech savvy, but we were hands on.
Was discipline still in that? I feel like y'all still got discipline. Y'all
yeah,
got the
there was
paddle.
still discipline. Yeah, we
Yeah,
still
y'all
had
still got
we
the
definitely
paddle.
had the paddle.
Yeah.
Maybe
These-
I had to hold my hand out a couple times.
Yeah. You always attribute that to your great handwriting.
It is.
Okay.
I have a beautiful handwriting, and thanks to Miss Avery.
Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I have a great handwriting. And while we're on the Gen Xers, I know she probably gone, unless she's lived a long, long, long time.
Oh, she was old back then? Okay.
But I shout out to her because she is one of the teachers back then in my era that stuck out to me. I had a few that kind of had an impact. So that's really important.
She had an impact on you literally and figuratively.
Yeah, she did. So, I mean, and I want y'all to tell us, like, I know that somewhere along your school years, there are certain teachers that stood out and that you still remember them from today. Whatever it was, whatever they did, I don't know. It could have been something very small, but they still had an impact on your life. I have great memories of certain teachers. Some of them I felt like had that little few words or few things they did that helped me be who I am or build my foundation. And I think that's something that we miss when we talk about teachers. Teachers are doing way more than curriculum. Teachers are restoring emotional balance. They have a social impact. It is a full-time role. Like they're doing so many things that are not on paper.
And certain points of the year, they spend more time with our kids than we do.
Absolutely, they do.
So.
During the school year, they're definitely while your children are awake, most of their time is with those teachers, and they're shaping the children. They really are. So let's get to the millennials. With the millennials, Millennials are embracing technology. The millennial teachers, often digital natives, comfortable using technology in the classroom and expecting students to do the same. Yeah. I think that's true. Okay, so they often emphasize group work, project-based learning, and peer interaction.
Yep, I feel like our generation is where they introduced the computers. I don't think y'all had computers. We had the computers.
Not the computers like we relate to
Yeah,
today.
we had a faster computer. And then we had our little typing classes where we had games and stuff to teach us how to type. But I never caught on because I still don't know how to type to this day. But that's okay. I still get my work done. Even I do my little chicken. Yeah, I'm good.
It's about the effort. It's about the effort. So the millennials are also known for their emphasis on student mental health. Did you know that?
I did. I thought that was more of a Gen Z thing. I don't remember mental health being.
They also fostered a positive learning environment. So mental health and positive learning environment is what?
I don't know about that. I don't remember mental health being a big thing back when I was in school. I feel like it wasn't a big thing till I was like my later years in college. Yeah.
Okay. So this generation has brought a more dynamic, tech-savvy, and student-focused approach to education, preparing students for a rapidly changing world. Absolutely. Yeah. Things just started changing like crazy.
Once we got to our generation, like we went through the most changes in a rapid time frame. And I feel like Gen Z is even faster. So a lot of changes we went through.
I definitely agree with that.
We had to learn pretty fast.
So what about you? I know I told that, for my generation, I definitely remembered, some that impacted me. What about you during your time?
Well, my first grade teacher, Miss Warner, she was an impact on me because she was the only teacher from elementary I can remember her name from. Yeah. But I remember everybody in the family liked her, and she taught me a lot of things, and she taught things in class that was easier to grasp. Yeah. So
some teachers have a talent for that.
And then my middle school teachers, I don't think they really I wouldn't say they didn't like me, but I feel like they thought that I was too talkative and always trying to separate me from my friends. So I don't really think they impacted me like that, to be honest. But high school, my man, Coach Strickland, he was my assistant basketball coach.
I remember him.
And he was closer to my age, I think. Well, I don't know really.
I know he was Aggie.
Yeah, he was Aggie fan.
Aggie Pride. I remember that.
So he was, a younger black man. We were into the same music, so like we could relate, and he was cool. But he also didn't take no mess either. Like he made sure like he was extra tough on certain people and made sure like we excelled in class.
He taught you math too. Was it geometry? Yep. I remember him.
And I was always good at math.
Shout out to you for teaching my baby well, Coach Strickland.
So he helped me with that. And then Miss Eddins, my senior English teacher.
Oh, yes.
I feel like she always wanted her students to succeed, and she always was pushing us to excel in her class.
Some teachers have that gift where they can be tough on you in a way that makes you want to do better and not make you feel bad about yourself, but it kind of makes you like, I don't want to disappoint her because she believes in me.
Yeah. I definitely felt that way about Miss Eddins.
Because she was that. She had that energy. I felt like that even with the teacher conferences and stuff that me and your dad would go to. I just felt like she always made us feel like you were in good hands. Like she was gonna make sure.
And I feel like I always wanted to impress her too.
Yeah. So, I think.
And then but going back to Coach Strickland, he was like playful as far as like he would like pick at you. Cause you know how like some kids you like have that relationship where you can like play with them and like kinda, like he would kind of roast me a little bit, but in a good way. Like we would playful like that.
Yeah.
So he would always pick on me and stuff like that.
So he probably took the time to know his students, to know who he can do it to, how far he can go, what he could say, who would be okay with it, type of thing. Because I feel like sometimes the teachers are walking on a tightrope trying to figure out what they can do and what they can't. To
I
not
feel like
get in trouble
it's a talent for some teachers to be able to like play with students like that and like y'all roast each other, but y'all you don't cross the line.
Yep.
And you have that relationship where you can make your students laugh and stuff like that. So.
I'm always gonna be thankful for a good teacher. Always gonna be thankful for a good teacher because there's not enough of them, and
especially in
they
college.
just don't get respected enough, and they don't get paid enough. And we need to be advocates for them to make a change for them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the Gen Zs. So these Gen Zs are born 1997, 2012. So they're out there right now. They're in what? Middle school?
No, some of them graduated. The oldest ones are like 28.
Oh, graduation and middle school. So that's a nice range right there. So Gen Z students are immersed in technology, and they expect it to be integrated into their education.
That's a fact. I see that a lot. I see a lot of kids learning with tablets and laptops.
They expect, and everybody going home with the Chromebooks, all the things.
Remote learning.
Yep.
And I feel like it definitely pushed with COVID.
Oh, definitely.
Because they kind of had to. They was forced to be technology prone.
And they just meld right on into it, honey. They didn't no stops, no bumps in the road. They just went on with it. They also value diversity and inclusion and are more likely to challenge traditional norms. Yeah, that's so true.
They do go away from traditional norms, and they always think outside the box more than previous generations.
I agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Okay, then it says the Gen X students often prefer personalized experiences and may be more engaged when lessons are tailored to their interests.
You mean Gen Z? You said Gen
Gen
X.
Z. I mean, Gen Z.
So that I see that too, and then I feel like they're more self-efficient as well as far as teaching themselves if they need to.
Yeah, they can you give them the lesson plan, tell them where to go. And I think that'd be great.
They are the age of access to information, so they can go find that information anywhere.
I absolutely agree. This generation is shaping the future of education with their tech savviness, focus on social justice, and the demand for personal learning experiences. I agree with that. I agree.
Because a lot of, like in the tech world, there's a lot of people getting their foot in the door at a younger age. Because they're tech savvy.
They already know how to do everything, honey.
And they teaching themselves instead of going to college too. They just teach themselves and get right into the industry. So.
But we must remember that all generations played a vital role in students' lives as far as the impact they had, the teachers had. There were different things that they had to deal with during the different eras, and they just adjusted along the way to try to build foundations for us. Things are changing though, even now. Like what I be thinking about, like even now when you're going back to school, no matter what generation you're in, you gotta catch up with the Gen Zs. Yeah. Because if you're gonna go to college or go back to college, you got to get on that train with the Gen Zs and be tech savvy.
That's a fact. Know how to get your information and where to go.
That's it. Yeah. Hey, but one other thing though, with them being so tech savvy and all that, because every time I start a new semester in this doctoral program, I get these big lectures and all these warnings about. All the students get all these warnings about AI.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to make sure that you understand that you are not allowed to use AI generated.
I wish I had AI. AI be...
It's not worth it. I'm scared of AI to a certain extent, especially when it comes to school.
I'll be scared too, but
you can lose everything. You'll fail.
I know. I seen it. I seen it online. They failed somebody for using AI. They said he used AI, but he said he didn't.
And some of me believes him because I will tell y'all my little personal experience. Like I don't use AI, especially when it comes to me doing my papers, me doing anything, because I am old school Gen Xer. I just want to just type it up and do it my way, right? But I did get an assignment a while ago that they asked, "Are you sure you didn't use AI?" And I'm like, baby, I don't do AI when it comes to my anything my papers. But you have to be careful. That's why I don't even use Grammarly, because Grammarly, even if you have just the basic, just by sometimes correcting the grammar, sometimes if they replace a word or if they say it a certain way,
They can
it
think
will
it's AI
trigger that it's
language.
AI language.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm afraid to use any of it.
Shoot.
And
I'll be
I'm glad I
I'll be-
write better than I talk because I'm a country girl when I'm talking, but
Yeah, me too.
I can put it appropriate down
Well, I'm
on
not a
paper,
country
honey.
girl, but you know, I'm country.
I'm country, so I say things. You know, when I'm real, especially around y'all my tribe, I get real relaxed and I start talking all just real plain. But it's
Yeah.
okay. It's all right. But yeah, I think this is interesting. I think this is a great tribute to our teachers. Like, you guys have done a lot. You have shaped society in some ways.
There's definitely a few teachers in our tribe.
It is, and we're very thankful for them. Like, if y'all have, like, get in the comments, let us know the impact that teachers have had on you. I know you remember some teachers. Shout them out, put them in the comments, talk about something that impacted you as when you were a student that is still stuck with you today. Like, for me, my handwriting will always be good, honey. And I always have a certain level of confidence from some of my teachers. I was taken to the side a few times and told, you know your worth, know your abilities, type of thing. It made me feel like I need to give my all. You know, those kind of teachers they don't even have to do that. That's not part of the curriculum, but it still just has such a it can change a student's whole trajectory of what they might be.
You know, I still talk to Coach Strickland to this day. Like, almost
I love
every
that.
week. We sending memes on Instagram to each other.
I love that.
We have our weekly debate about Jordan and LeBron.
That's cool. I think that's cool.
Trolling each other with that stuff.
I
But
think
yeah.
that's real cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Y'all in the comments, get in the comments. We love the engagement. We love going in the comments and responding to y'all. Actually look forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
like it. We was try to respond to every comment.
We do.
If I don't respond from the Jen Blend channel, I'm pretty sure she will be responding from her channel.
I will.
So
when you see Nurse Rock, sometimes it's me coming from my other channel, but I'm going to make a comment, honey.
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we appreciate y'all. It's been another good week. Thank you for joining us. We have just completed episode 10. Woo-hoo. This is a milestone.
Episode numero Diaz. Did I say it right?
Diaz.
Yes.
Diaz.
Diaz
So-
is like days, ain't it? Or, I don't know. I don't know my Spanish, y'all. Hey, well,
So is
shout
that-
out to my Hispanic people.
Hola.
Yeah, I do know that. Hola,
Hasta luego.
hasta la vista.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. You got that from the movies.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the word of the week that they're going to put in the comments?
We're gonna put numero Diaz.
Diaz. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We did it again.
All right. See y'all next week for episode 11.
Episode 11.
Peace.
Double my cup or triple. Box on my body, no biblical. I'm not your average or typical. Look at my wrist and it's critical. Hold it up, dropping the temperature. I get that bag on the regular. I got a bag on my cellular. Back in the bag of them vegetables.